So we have to head out to Bears training camp now. Scott Pioli is on site, and naturally he's there because if you're Scott Pioli and we rely on you as our executive of our show, you got to get on hand to on site to watch Caleb Williams, to watch Rome Odunze. You have to see this in action. Hard Knocks cameras and all. Scott Pioli on site. Scott, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why is it so special for you to be there? What are you seeing in terms of the direction the Bears need to be going in, and is it being fulfilled so far in training camp?
You know, first of all, in being here, Jamie, the first part of the question, football to me, as I've always explained the importance of football and my love for football, it's about the relationships and the people and the lasting relationships. And Ryan Poles is here as their general manager. I knew Ryan back when he was a player at Boston College. I was at the Patriots. He was still playing. And then he had his little time in the NFL. And then when I was hired as general manager of the Kansas City Chiefs, Ryan was one of the first people that I hired. He was working as a graduate assistant, not a coach, but a graduate assistant in the scouting department, in the recruiting department. Brought him in, and Ryan is one of those people that, even though there are many years apart between he and I, he's a younger person that I've always learned from. And yesterday was one of those days when I got to spend time around him and all of the folks that are here and the people that I hired, the culture that he's built. It was an incredible day. And it's funny because Matt Ryan's here too. And Ryan Poles and Matt Ryan went to BC at the same time. They were together for 5 years. They're close friends. They're dear friends. They're in each other's weddings. And to watch that interaction and two people that I'm connected with, to spend that kind of day with football people was just really, really cool, Jamie.
Yeah, that's special, Scott. You know, from the NFC North to the NFC South, you know, Sherry just mentioned, of course, the big news that broke last night with the Patriots trading Matthew Judon to Atlanta. I mean, what was your reaction to this when you heard about this news? Because I know I almost flipped when I saw this. I'm going, oh, boy, they're making a move.
So, Akbar, part of what was really cool was being here with the Bears and Ryan Poles is they were involved in this trade possibility. They were one of the teams that were talking to the Patriots. They were talking to the agent for Matthew Judon. So I wasn't surprised, and I was watching this whole thing unfold. And this is the cool part behind the scenes. When you're trading someone, you have to talk to multiple people. And part of what has to be done during that process is the team needs to give you permission to talk to the agent to see what the contract is going to be like, which kind of makes the Hassan Reddick thing look a little bit weird to me as I watch this. Is like, didn't they know what the deal was going to be? Didn't they know what the contract was going to need to be? This is what was going on yesterday. So I had a front row seat listening to Poles and their folks here talking with it. And when it happened, I thought there was a really good chance. But what it came down to was the money and what was going to be done with the contract, and he went to Atlanta based on the money and that situation and what the contract was going to be tweaked as.
Oh, man. Well, it does put a different look at other players that are in the same precarious situation with their teams, which we will talk with Scott, I'm sure, more here on Good Morning Football as it unfolds in August. Scott, thank you so much. Enjoy your time with the Bears.